Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
I mean, can you believe the show that we've had today? I mean, we started off the show with the president of the Arizona Rattlers. Then we had Ron Breitenbach with Triple R Investments. And we just had the founder of Epic Provisions Brands, epicbar.com. This is the health bar that's in all the grocery stores. Let's get started, too, with our next hero. And by the way, too, thank you for the feedback from the interview that we recently had with comic book artist Tony Parker and the Power Ranger Jason David Frank. If you haven't heard those segments yet, make sure you go to Eliances.com. We'll have the link on there, Eliances.com. Now, let's talk about our next hero. Now, he's incredible what he's doing. His place provides everything comic and pop culture fandom in his shop. He is the owner of Jesse James Comics, and it's Jesse James. You could reach him at JesseJamesComics.com. Now, Jesse, first of all, I could do this whole interview because your store is incredible. I've gone through aisle there with my kids, with their friends. It's incredible, and it's almost impossible to describe, but if you can think about a huge place with a whole lot of incredible things in it, you just want to shop and buy everything there, and you feel so good going there. But tell us about how you got into the whole comic and collectible industry.
Well, you know, I started in 1982 working at a comic book store in Las Vegas. After junior high school, I'd run over and worked my 2 hours for comic book bags and boards, and then I went through corporate life with Nordstrom and Florsheim, and at the end of the day, I just wanted to go back to something I loved and something that inspired me every day. And so I had this great opportunity to open up Jesse James Comics in Glendale, and we started off with this 6-foot table and a whole bunch of comics, some packing tape, and we started off on eBay, and that started to flourish. And we said, you know, we can have stuff on the floor and sell stuff on the floor. And every day we've just been inspired to help customers fill their collections one comic book at a time. And I think that notion of always being able to help someone, whether they're in Glendale or shopping with us in Japan on our e-commerce site. And so I think it was just something that we knew that we could do and have a great team that could help customers fill their collections.
Now, you are one of only 75 highly vetted people who really, actually, I want you to set the thunder, really, of it. But you are only one of 75 people in this industry that is able to do that, and that is?
What it is it's a comic book advisor for Overstreet. And basically what it is we set the prices for every single comic actually ever made, not only Golden Age, Silver Age, but comics that actually come out today. And the 75 of us most likely get together at some point, but daily we're setting those prices. So people have a good thought process of the value of their collection. Instead of guessing, instead of going on eBay, here's a group of 75 people that are in the industry that can come together and kind of figure out and kind of say, this is what your book's worth.
And we're talking again with Jesse James of JesseJamesComics.com, an incredible comic store, and also online you can reach him at JesseJamesComics.com. Now, Jesse, here's why I can't do what you do. Because I would want to keep everything. I wouldn't want to sell anything. Do you ever get attached to anything that you have? Because, I mean, you've got just everything.
When you're in this business, in this industry, you can't be married to your product. The one thing that you learn immediately, because you start off selling your private collection, and everybody hates doing that, but that's how you do it. And so as books come in and as your years go by, you start to realize those rare items, you're seeing them all the time because people are bringing them to you. So you don't get married to your product. I don't think it's good business to get married to your product. But sometimes it is challenging when you do see something very unique. We just got something signed by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. It's the only item signed ever by them. Then 2 days later, we get something signed by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and then signed by Schuster, the creator of Superman. So it's the only book in the world signed by these three people. Yet, we still got to get on display, find that customer that's then give it a good home, and not bring it home. I mean, that's the challenge. So.
And you're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Kogan. Be a hero and go to where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community, only place where entrepreneurs align. Eliances.com, that's ELIANCES.com. And we're talking with Jesse James, the owner of JesseJamesComics.com. Now, you talked about recently, again, some of these that came in that were the only of its kind and stuff. Talk to me, though. There was also in people who invest into comics, collectibles, and what you sell. Tell me about that part of it.
Yeah, there's that 1% that does CGC, which is graded comics, where they buy something, they send it in, they get it graded, and we'll take that item that maybe is worth $50, and that can make it worth $200, $300, $400. So as we see investors come in, it's still our job to guide them. It's our job to inspire them. Retention is a very important part to our business. So we want to make sure that we're selling those investors product that we know is going to have a good chance of having value. Not just saying, well, I got extra stuff in the back. Let me sell that to them to get it out of the door. No, let's sell them great product. And I think that's very important. But I think the also thing is you want to listen to those investors. Because just because that guy's investing money or that customer's investing money, you want to make sure you're selling them something that they're going to enjoy during that time as well.
Now, you also, too, you hold 2 Guinness Book World Records for comic book accomplishments. What are those 2 accomplishments?
The first one is most contributors to a book. The original one was 65 people. We did it with 115 people. Rob Liefeld did our cover. And we had a lot of cool people at Amazing Arizona Con come together, and within 11 hours and 15 minutes, breaking that hour record for fastest produced comic book. So not only was it created, we actually had it up for sale the next morning. It was a very challenging thing because Guinness is very unique and the pressures that come with it. But I think as you start to get into it, it becomes actually an easy process. In 2018, we will be breaking that record and actually doubling the amount of creators to it.
You are very successful in what you do. And it's not just with the industry that you're in, because it is a very competitive industry, but you've been successful in other industries that you've been in. I want you to talk to me, and I want you to take the floor and talk to me about the critical part of 2 words: customer service.
Yeah, I think customer service is the backbone of our business. It's very important when people walk in and they see the plaque that says rule number 1, give the customer the best customer service possible. Or rule number 2 is if you can't give the customer the best service possible, revert back to rule number 1. So there's this notion that not only are we inspiring our team to do better, our team gets inspired by seeing that customer walking out of the door with a bag full of comics. I think there's nothing more inspiring than that, or shipping out a customer in Australia a box full of comics. But at the end result, we have to realize that they still have to get the product. They still have to get home and they have to open up those pages. We have to make sure that they understand that if they don't like that product, bring it back. We're then give you a full refund. No questions asked. I don't even care, and people always freak out when I say this, but I don't care if you buy it at another store. If you don't like your comic book, bring it back to us. We'll refund it. We'll exchange it. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that customer is happy. Our brand is very important, and our brand is set by the way we service our customers. My team doesn't have to call me on the phone to make a decision. They take care of the customer. If a customer wants a refund, we give them a refund. Our job is to make sure that we continually help customers have a happy place to shop at, knowing that we're just not going to say no. We're going to find a way to get something that's not attainable. We get so many customers that come to our store either online or walking in that someone else had told them no. And so by giving the great customer service that we offer, number 1, we have to stand behind it, and number 2, we have to fulfill that need. If we have to buy it from a competitor, and if we lose money, but if we take care of that customer, we know that they're going to come back. And I think that's important for us. So we hold that to the highest standard. We're the only comic book store in the industry to win best customer service, the only comic book store to win best team in the industry, from people that will never come to our store and will never meet my team. So how did they get that? They get that by listening to our customers who talk about us online, about the service that we give.
What secrets do you have for children about balancing business with passion? And we've only got 30 seconds, but I want you to share those secrets because, again, how well you've done.
Yeah, I think it's learning how to fail and moving on past that. So when someone fails, it's okay. How do I fix that? How do I make it better? Not really sulk about how I failed, but let's just find a way to learn from it and do better.
Well, Jesse, you create a buzz and provide a place where fans can collect and gather. That's a hero. Jesse James, you could reach him at jessejamescomics.com. In fact, that's where you may see me every Friday, every Saturday, and that. Just go there, check it out. Truly an experience of its own.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.eliances.com.